Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Tuesday, February 17th, 2015. This is Texan TV News from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I am Macy Michalewicz. Today's top story in regional news: the American Sniper trial continues at the Donald R. Jones Justice Center here in Stephenville. Witnesses have been brought to the stand this morning, including forensic scientist Jennifer Rumpy and Amber Moss. Rumpy has identified evidence that she was given to analyze in 2013 for drug testing. These objects are allegedly brought to the lab from Rouse's home. Rumpy testified that one of the items she was given was a metal box with loose leaf items inside that she later tested and confirmed was marijuana. She also testified that the hookah pipe she was given to analyze tested negative for controlled substances. Moss was brought to the stand as a witness because she tested the DNA found at the crime scene. She was given samples from Kyle, Littlefield, Routh, and a ranger. Boots, earlier identified as belonging to Eddie Ray Routh, were brought to Moss so that blood splatter on the boots could be tested. Moss said that the DNA from the boots matched the DNA samples she had from Chad Littlefield. Clothes from Kyle and Littlefield were also sent to Moss to be analyzed. The stains on Kyle's clothing were consistent with Kyle's DNA, and those found on Littlefield's clothing were consistent with Littlefield's DNA. Yesterday, Texas Ranger Danny Briley took the stand. Briley, a ranger that personally saw the crime scene and interviewed Routh, said on the stand that he believed there was no doubt that this was a brutal killing, and he knew they were dealing with someone violent. The courtroom then watched the approximately 35-minute-long interview. Jeff Schaefer, a forensic expert who examined numerous cell phones linked to the crime, testified on the stand that he found evidence in call logs that proved Routh called Kyle 4 times before Kyle died. Call logs also showed that Jennifer Weed, Routh's girlfriend that he asked to marry, called Kyle twice, and Taya Kyle called Chris numerous times on the day of the murders, including ones that Chris did not answer at 5:18 and 5:30 p.m. Texan News Service staff members are live blogging every day from the Justice Center to follow their updates of the trial. Visit thetexannews.net and click to the link to live blog. In campus news, talk of a new Tarleton campus is recently becoming a reality. Currently, it is a 2-year completion TSU campus highly populated with students that otherwise would not have access to a public university education. During an interview with Kyle McGregor, Vice President for Advancement and External Relations at the Stephenville campus, said that Dr. Dominic DeTavio met with the Senate Finance Committee last week to discuss the suggested budget of $55 million and is gearing up to meet with another committee about House appropriations this week. The new establishment is to be located near Chisholm Trail Parkway, where 80 acres were donated by the Walton Group of Companies. The university filed a legislative appropriation request with the state earlier this year and are meeting with senators while awaiting a final decision after DeTavio's presentations. The expected date for the finished building is 2018, if elected officials approve the budget. And now, today's Texas, national, and international news from the Associated Press. In Texan news, University of Texas Chancellor Bill McRaven has created a committee to study admission practices in the wake of an investigation that found unqualified students have been admitted based on their connections. The announcement Monday comes just days after an external investigation found that the flagship university's president, Bill Powers, used his authority to admit applicants with friends in high places, and then caused lawyers to feel the need to look into the matter. It also found that members of the Board of Regents exerted influence over admissions. The Dallas Morning News reports that the committee will receive policy recommendations from the investigation and an earlier internal inquiry at UT Austin. Recommendations are expected within 60 days. The committee is comprised of several former University of Texas system chancellors and past presidents of UT Austin. In national news, about 20 passengers fled through an emergency doors at a Los Angeles International Airport terminal Monday after someone incorrectly declared an armed man was on the loose, authorities said. Police said that the misinformed announcement near a boarding area apparently stemmed from a police pursuit of an unarmed driver that ended outside Terminal 2. Police responded to an emergency call around 9 a.m., reporting that a man may be trying to commit suicide. They apprehended the man, and the fire department took him to the hospital for treatment of an unspecified condition. But police say that someone added that there was a man with a gun, which was not true. Police initially said the rumor was spread across a public address system, but later said the announcement was made by someone at the gate area. Travelers who fled outside were near planes, and officers got things under control within 15 minutes, Joseph said. The officer said they went outside and told the people the accurate information, and the passengers went on their flights. In international news, a 20-year-old American man who was badly gored during a bull run festival is out of intensive care and improving, a spokesman for the Clinic Hospital in Western Salamanca said Monday. The hospital spokesman identified the man as Benjamin Miller and said he was out of danger and not likely to have to undergo any further operations. Tom Epps, a spokesman for the University of Mississippi, confirmed Monday that Benjamin Miller, originally from Marietta, Georgia, and a sophomore at the school, is the injured man. The man suffered several wounds, including a 16-inch goring in the thigh when he was caught by a fighting bull during a festival in the nearby town of Ciudad Rodrigo on Saturday. Images showed the 20-year-old being repeatedly tossed by the bull and in obvious pain at being gored and pushed along the ground. Helpers eventually managed to pull him from the street to safety. Ciudad Rodrigo Town Councilor Pedro Munoz said the other two unidentified men, a man from Scotland and a man from Spaniard, had sustained less goring injuries during Saturday's events. In sports news, Jason Giambi, the American League MVP in 2000 with Oakland, says he's retiring after 20 seasons in the majors. The slugger told the New York Daily News on Monday that he's calling it quits, ending his career as one of 20 players in history with at least 400 home runs, 1,400 RBIs, 1,200 runs, and 1,300 walks. The 44-year-old played for the Athletics, New York Yankees, Colorado, and Cleveland. Indians President Mark Sharpio tweeted, "An honor to have had G in the tribe, a generous, wise spirit with so much to offer, a true pro." In weather, hundreds of flights were canceled over the long President's Day weekend as a winter storm rolled through parts of the Midwest and Northeast. Southwest Airlines Company canceled more than 150 flights yesterday. Spokeswoman Michelle Agnew said Dallas-based Southwest expected the number of cancellations to rise throughout the day. American Airlines spokesman Kent Powell said Fort Worth-based American U.S. Airways and its regional commuters on Sunday canceled more than 315 flights. He says a dozen or so flights were canceled yesterday, but that number was most likely to grow. Powell blamed high winds and blowing snow mainly in the Northeast corridor. Today's forecast for Stephenville, Texas, according to weather.com, shows a high of 56 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are heading northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. There's a 49% humidity, and it will be partly cloudy all day. In other news, we now have a feature interview with the local rescue about a puppy up for adoption. To you, Denise.
Hi, my name is Denise Haruff, and I'm here with Board Director of C.A.R.E. Community Animal Rescue Effort, Leslie Clements. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing great.
So, who is it you have here with us today?
Today we have Tiger.
Oh, he's so pretty.
Yeah.
So is it a male or female?
Tiger is a male. He's about 4.5 months old. He's a Catahoula mix, and he's going to be on the larger breed side when he's full grown.
Okay, so a Catahoula, how big of a dog?
Right now he weighs about 20 pounds at 4.5 months, so we suspect that he would be 65, 70 pounds full grown.
Oh, okay. So is he vaccinated, healthy?
He's had all of his puppy series and all of those shots. Now next Monday he'll be receiving his rabies vaccination. He'll be neutered and microchipped, and then his adoption fee will be $25.
Oh, great. So what's Tiger's backstory? Where did he come from?
He actually was found dumped in Gordon, which is right at the Palo Pinto Erath County line. He was found dumped with Marble, his sibling, and then their mother. And their mother, unfortunately, was just too ill and too sick to make it, so she had to be humanely euthanized. So now we just have Tiger. Marble's been adopted. So.
Oh, well, great.
Mm-hmm.
So is he in a foster home now?
He is. He's fostered with our board treasurer, Susan Wynn, and he's fostered with 2 other dogs, 2 large breed dogs and then a small breed dog, and he does great with all 3 of them. And then he's learned the dog door in 2 days, so he goes out on his own and comes back in on his own when it's time to go do his doggy business.
Oh, great. So does his foster mom have anything that she says about him?
She says that he's pretty calm and collected, that he's very reserved when he first meets you. It takes him a few minutes to kind of want to come and be with you, and she's trying to pull him out of his shell, so it'll be a couple of weeks before he's actually ready to go to a home. So.
Okay, so if someone were interested in adopting Tiger, how would they go about that?
You can go to careforrescue.com, and it will give you links to our Facebook page, to his Pet Finder page. It will also give you our email address and our contact phone number, and that's where you would go to request an application.
Oh, okay. So what kind of advice would you give someone looking to adopt a puppy?
To always remember that a puppy is a lifetime commitment. Puppies can live 10 to 15 years depending on the breed, and that we just ask that you're financially ready and emotionally ready and prepared to do some training. Puppies have to be potty trained. They need some obedience training to not jump, to not chew things up, and we just ask that you're ready for that lifelong commitment.
Right, that's totally understandable. So if someone were not necessarily so interested in the potty training or having a puppy so young, are there any other animals that you have adoption, maybe older dogs?
We do. We have older dogs, and we have Brazos. Brazos lives outside. Squiggy is a smaller breed dog that lives inside. He's completely potty trained. If you're not into dogs and cats, we have 3 donkeys that need a home. Nichols, Happy, and Nacho. So all of those need homes as well.
How cute. Well, do you have any puppies up for adoption?
We do. We have Hansel and Gretel that need homes right now as well. So, and then you can go to careforrescue.com. They'll take you to our Pet Finder, and you can see all the animals that we have available for adoption through there as well.
Okay. Well, if someone were not so interested in adopting but really wanted to help CARE, how else could someone help?
You could donate through our PayPal link on our careforrescue.com website, and then all donations are tax deductible. You can always donate dog food, cat litter, leashes, collars, and we're always in need for all of those items.
Great, okay. So is there anything you'd like to add about Tiger or about CARE?
Tiger, of course, needs a home. It'll be a couple weeks before he's ready. If you would like to help support CARE, you can go to the careforrescue.com website. You can check out our Run for the Rescue, which is going to be March 7th at Clark Gardens, and it's a 5K, a 10K, and then a fun run, and then you can sign up online right there, and I do believe pre-registration is $25.
Okay.
So, and you can go to racedayeventservices.com and sign up there. So.
Very cool. So that money will be raised for...
It's how we pay our vet bills. It's how we get dog food and make sure they're all vaccinated. So that all the money goes back into the rescues.
Great. That's so awesome. Well, Leslie, thank you so much for bringing Tiger and for coming to visit.
Thank you.
We really hope that he gets adopted. If you would like any more information on Tiger or any other animals up for adoption through CARE, please visit careforrescue.com. And now back to you, Macy.
Thank you, Denise, and thanks again to Leslie Clements and CARE for having Tiger with us on the show today. Today's broadcast was produced by Bailey Gregory and Denise Haroff. You can watch Texan TV News live Monday through Friday at 12:30 p.m. on Northern Cable Channel 9. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of Texan TV News on Facebook. I am Macy Michalewicz. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.